Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowden. Thank you all for joining me. So, some of you may or may not know this, but I just found out today that longtime TV evangelist Pat Robertson has passed. Of course, we know he was a evangelical Christian TV host and evangelist who, according to the article, and you can read this article from Breitbart News on your own in the description box below. I'll leave it there for you guys to read if you'd like to read on your own. But I'm going to summarize some of the information there and then give you my commentary. But according to the article, he died at the age of about 95, 96, something along that line. He was well known for over half a century. He helped to promote the idea of integrating Christianity into the Republican Party's agenda. So he was the ones that helped pave that way. And that's why a lot of Republicans Republicans that are campaigning tend to use Christianity and religion as a part of their campaign strategy so that they can keep, evangelical Christians voting for them. So, but Pat Robinson was evidently a part of helping that to be the case, according to this article in Breitbart News. But what the article brings out is very disturbing, but not surprising to me. And that is, there are quite a few images of liberals celebrating the death of this man, And honestly, I'm not surprised. But there's one particular picture where there's this image of, I think this is on Twitter, either Twitter or Instagram, where there's this skeleton pushing some type of a item and so forth, and it says Pat Robertson died, and I mean, it's just some horrible things. There's this one particular guy that makes a quote and says, I don't celebrate anyone's death, but I've read many of obituaries that I'm happy about. And, just really mean-spirited, hateful stuff. And as I said, this in no way surprises me, because when you are devoid of morals and values, which a significant number of liberals are. I'm not saying all liberals are that way, but every liberal, just about, that I have had to deal with, whether on my YouTube channel in terms of their comments or in person, they all seem to have this bitterness and hate for anyone that's conservative. It's irrational. It's almost like irrational. You ask them why you hate so much. It's like they possessed. And this is no surprise to me. When you are devoid of morals and values, when you are devoid of any principles of spiritual principles, when you are devoid of anything that would keep you on a stable basis, then this is going to be the natural result. Now, let's deal with, look, you don't have to like Pat Robinson. You don't have to like conservatives. I mean, look, people have their own right to choose to like or love or hate or whatever. That's their choice. That's their decision. And I'm not at all knocking these people's choice to be hateful like this. But I will say this. Only the left does stuff like this. I do not, from my experience, I have never, from my experience and observations, seen or heard any conservative celebrating the death of any one liberal. I have never heard of it. Now, if there are some, put it in the comment box below and let me know. Because since I've been a conservative since 2016, have never seen or heard any of this from conservatives. They holler and hoot and fart and poot about conservative or alternative extremism, okay? I hear them the left hooping and hollering about this all the time, but when I ask them to give me some demonstrations of extreme views from conservatives, they never can give me any real demonstrations. So if you can't give me any not demonstrations, but examples. So my question is, if you can't give any real examples, don't you think something might be wrong with that picture? Don't you think someone conditioned you to believe that conservatives are extreme and your way is the right way? The stuff that's being taught in our schools, all this sexual exploitation. That's from the left. And most people, whether they're Democrat or Republican, don't want that kind of stuff in the schools. But the extreme left are the ones that's pushing this kind of rhetoric. They're hateful, they're bitter, they're never happy. They're never happy. I never see them smile. And when they do smile, it's always an evil smile, like somebody that's conservative got hurt or shot, or Pat Robertson died, so they're rejoicing over it. They're rejoicing over it. And all really is all about is this man expressing his belief system. That's it. It's almost like with the left, and I say the left, I mean the radical left. It's almost like anyone that challenges their belief system, okay? Anyone that challenges their belief system, they have to oppose them by any means necessary. And that would include acts of violence, as well as labeling people, conservative people, as evil, as homophobic, as transphobic, as Islamophobic, this phobia, that phobia. None of it is rational. None of it makes sense. But as long as you can label these individuals this way, their idea is people will listen to, the label. They'll say, well, this person's homophobic. So when in reality, the person just simply say, I don't agree with their lifestyle. You ask me, do I agree? I say, no, I don't agree with their lifestyle. How is that homophobic? Because to have a phobia of something is to have an irrational fear of something. How is that homophobic? How is it transphobic? If I say I disagree with their lifestyle, it's their choice, but I disagree with their lifestyle. How is that transphobic? What? Because I disagree with what you think I'm going to do? Start going around shooting people? I haven't seen any conservatives do it, but you guys do it. Yeah. I'm gonna expose it, because the person that went inside that church, that school, that Christian school, and shot at them people was a liberal, a radical liberal, but they were liberal. But what did the media do, and what did the activist groups do? They spun it all around. Never mind the fact that you shot all these innocent people, which really, to be honest with you, you didn't kill them, because if they Christians, they with the Lord right now. They waiting. You can't kill a Christian. But anyway, that's another story, and I digress. The mainstream media and activists turned the whole thing around and made it about the victimization of transgenders. That's the kind of stuff that be tripping me out. And yet people don't see it. It's like, dude, you're being manipulated. You're being manipulated. They playing you like a violin. They playing you like a violin. The mainstream media, 90% of the journalists and reporters on the mainstream media are on the left. So they're not going to spin things on the right in any positive way. If you want to hear about those on the conservative side, it's best to hear from the conservatives rather than the left, because they're not going to spin it. But that's why so many people have this warped view of conservatives, because all their news is coming from, all their information is coming from the mainstream media, which is over 90% liberal. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. Do your research. You'll find out. It's documented. And it's been, and this research has been done all the way back in the 1980s. So that shows you how long it's been this way. But the point is, my prayers go out to the family members that were associated with evangelist Pat Robertson. I used to watch him quite often. I used to watch that show, the 700 Club. That's what the article mentioned. 700 Club. I used to watch that quite often. And it was a great show at the time that I was able to watch it. And I liked the guy. He had a lot of wisdom. He had a lot of knowledge. But now he's gone on. Those of us that are Christian, we know he's gone on to be with the Lord. So his soul is in paradise right now. I believe that. I don't believe in soul sleep. I'm going to get into that. No, I believe what the Bible teaches, plainly teaches. And the Bible teaches that the body goes in the grave, but the soul goes to be in paradise if the person is a born again Christian. His soul goes to be in paradise. Right now, he's in paradise conscious and enjoying the presence of the Lord in a garden environment, a beautiful garden environment. Huh? Okay. Because that's what the word in 2 Corinthians 12 is talking about. Talking about a garden environment. That's where he's at right now. And he's waiting for the resurrection of his body to be reunited with his soul and be what the Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, glorified. Yes, It's going to have a brand new body that can't get sick, won't die, won't get tired. I'm not going to get into all the theological blessings and benefits of that. That's for another channel, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, he's good. He's good. So all these liberals that's hating on him and calling him names and rejoicing over his death, let me tell you this. Right now, he's in heaven, and the Bible says that Christians are going to judge the world. Did you know that? 1 Corinthians chapter 6, read it. New Testament. Christians will judge angels and we will judge the world. Now, you can interpret that any way you want to, but it means what it means. We're going to judge the world. So I can't help but imagine Pat Robertson and other Christians sitting on thrones alongside Jesus Christ, and these liberals that hated on him and rejoiced over his death standing before him to be judged. Yeah. Okay. You're the ones in a disadvantage. He's at an advantage. You're the ones at a disadvantage. All you haters out there. You're the real haters. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah. No. All this hating on him. Look, you may hate me. Sum this video up this way. You may hate on him and be glad that he's gone because of the influence that he's had. Okay. Far as I'm concerned, for the good. You may be glad he's gone, but guess what? There's going to always be someone else rise up to take his place. The article says his son has taken his place because accordingly, Pat Robertson retired and allowed his son to take over. Now, I don't know what his son's worldviews are. I don't know how fiery he is. I don't know because I've never watched him. I haven't been watching the 700 Club in some years now. But that's what the article states. But regardless, one dies, another one's going to rise up. Okay? We're not going to stop because you rejoicing over, no, we cool, man. When our body dies, we go to be with the Lord. And I'm not going to tell you that our soul goes to be with the Lord. I'm not going to go no further than that because people might get offended if I start saying what's going to happen to the hateful people out there. What's going to happen there? I'm not going to say it on this video, okay? Because people might get offended, but you get my point. Hey, he went on to be with God. He did a great work. And like I said, in some of this video up, my prayers go out to him and to the remaining, go out to the remaining family. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys and share the fact that you got these people who are devoid of any good, devoid of any morals or values, rejoicing over his death. But it's okay because he and his spirit and soul is with God. He has done the work that he was assigned to do. He has completed his work. And now he's about to inherit a great, great reward. So all the liberals that's hating on him, you ought to be, I feel sorry for you. I really do. But that's my comments on there. That's my opinion on there. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. God bless you all. See you again.